Hi Felicities, this is Jan Victor and you are tuned into the channel with no name. We are back taking a break from like handbag videos and actually talking about shoes. I've been wanting to do this video for a while now because I wanted to feature my 4 designer shoes and my general thoughts on like purchasing, you know, higher end shoes. 3 of them are like on the higher end and then 1 is on like more the mid-range end, but I want to mention it because technically it was the first like designer shoe I picked up. We're gonna get started just because there is 4 that I'll be featuring and you know these videos tend to be really long. And I'm gonna, you know, we don't edit these videos, but the way I'm kind of like grading it is in terms of the cost per wear as well as the zhuzh factor. And when I say zhuzh, shout out to Jajajajaja Couture, always using that word. It's more like, you know, like it's just like amazing, the shoe. Like one of the shoes you'll see why I had to include the zhuzh factor. And is my hair okay? Yeah, because I lusted after it so long. So we're just gonna get started with my very first pair, and it's literally like all around. They're all like kind of, my garment racks right here and some of them are just interspersed here. So this is the box it came in. It's Del Toro. And I really hate touching shoes, but I'm gonna just, So these are my Del Toro loafers. I really like, this is actually one of my favorite, like, a little bit more expensive shoes. It's in velvet and it has a, like a X skull mark. And it's really beautiful. It has that, like, detailing where it's like this is a different shade of, is there, I don't know what color this would be. Let me just double check. I say red, burgundy, wine. It says burgundy velvet, and these are the red velvet skull and bone slipper. And I actually picked this up. I was not expecting to pick up these shoes. Let me hold one while I'm talking because, you know, we don't edit these videos, so you might as well don't want to touch it. And so this shoe I picked up in Vegas, I believe it was like May 2015, and I wasn't expecting to get a pair of shoes, but I saw this and it just spoke to me. And what's crazy is like, it was on sale, so I think I got it for like way below half the retail price of it, and it just, it's velvet, so it's like, this shoe's already like a showstopper in its own right, just with the color. It's actually worn pretty well, and I do have to fix the sole, but that's from wearing it like how many times? Like I would say the cost per wear of this shoe is like, oh wow, I didn't even realize it's like ripping over here, but I could probably get it to a cobbler, but for the past 3 years, I've used this to death. Like, this shoe is probably cost per wear and zhuzh factor is a 10. I definitely recommend getting Del Toros just because I think for the shoes you get, like, they're Italian shoes, I think it's Italian, yeah, Del Toro. It's a really great quality shoe. They have really cool, like embroider, whatever, like, detailing, and it's like, it's just really practical. Like, I wore it very dressy and casual, and so that's why I definitely recommend them. This one I got from Nordstrom, and it was on sale. They get sold, like, I think in Saks. I think Saks is the one that I've seen it on. I'm not sure if I've seen it in Bloomingdale's, but they go on sale, so you don't have to pay, like, I think it's like $330 or $400 for the shoes. It'll definitely go like under $200, and I recommend picking one up. So definitely check them out, Del Toros. They have a really great collection. Okay, so the next one. The next one is a really special shoe, and I'm going to talk about it before I feature it. This shoe, the cost per wear is like ridiculous. Like, I definitely don't wear it for the cost. Like, it's over $2 grand. I know, it's obscene, but I wanted this shoe since like 2009 when I was a college student, and for me, I was like, oh, I can afford this. Ugh. I'm gonna validate that I wanted it for over 7 years, and so I'm gonna validate the cost of getting it. And these are my first and only pair of Christian Louboutins. Y'all already know this if you've seen my channel because I unboxed this. On this channel, I know it's absurd. Like, I don't think I would ever buy this shoe, like another pair of Louboutins, maybe, unless it's on sale. But these are them. It's super gorgeous. Obviously red bottom, it's been like used. I'm trying really hard not to touch it since it's like touched the ground. But like, just look at the detailing, like, OMG. it's kind of amazing. And don't mind my nails, I don't get them done. I'm not that extra. These shoes I wanted for over 7 years. The first opportunity I had to get them, I didn't have the money. Then it came up on my radar again, and it didn't have my shoe size. This is a size 37, and so like the size 37 is the smallest in men's shoe size. And so it's kind of really hard for me because that means like most of the shoes I actually can't fit into unless, you know, you put insoles. But when I say the cost per wear, okay, the cost per wear, so like out of 10, it's like a 2 or a 3. But the zhuzh factor is like a 40. Because not only do they want it for so long, but when I wear these shoes, it's just like, it's a showstopper. Like, I definitely do get treated very differently when I wear it because people know like what this pair of shoe is, what pair of shoes are. But also, it's kind of, the reason why I still keep it in my collection is because the way I feel about these shoes is like, it's just so unique, it's art. And so many people have actually described it like, you can never let go of those shoes because they're like, they're an art piece. And most people don't have them. There's so many people that have red bottoms, but they have like, you know, the Pigaus. They have, some of them might have the sneakers. But most people don't, like you will not see, I've never seen another person with dandy picks in this style. And, you know, I'm gonna throw a little shade, but this is kind of why a lot of the high-end luxury bags, it's like, cool, your bag's super expensive, but everybody and their moms has it, so it doesn't feel as special. Like, yes, like I think Chanel is really amazing, they have an amazing history, but everybody and their moms has a Chanel jumbo flap, double flap in the caviar with silver hardware or gold hardware. Everybody, like there's, you can walk around a mall like South Coast Plaza or Rodeo Drive and you'll clock like 5 or 6 of those. In the multiple times I've worn this, in the multiple galas and fundraisers I've went to, even shopping, I've never seen or bumped into anybody with this specific pair of Louboutins. And so these are so special, not just because I wanted it for so long, but they're literally like, I just don't see many people having it. And maybe because they didn't have like, you know, they didn't black out and buy such an obscenely overpriced pair of shoes. But I think for me, this is so much more rare than a Chanel bag or even like some of the Hermes bags, since nowadays I feel like everybody and their moms has an Hermes bag. Yeah, like that's the thing, like yes, I probably see a couple of Hermes or Kellys and Birkins when I walk around the mall, but when it comes to Louboutins, it's very rare. And even just going out, like there's a cult following of like the, you know, the different styles. And it's not shade on anybody that has a Chanel bag and an Hermes bag, even a Vuitton bag, but there's even like certain bags that I think are so much more unique. I'm gonna give a shout out to Bulgari. Like those pieces most people don't get, and so, you know, it's not saturated in the market, so it does feel a little more special. And so while the cost per wear is really low on this, the zhuzh factor is just so obscene that I don't think I could ever part with it. So just one last look. So gorgeous, isn't it? Like, look at that. Is it gonna, yeah, yes bitch. Okay. You're like probably thinking I'm crazy. Okay, the next pair of shoe, this one is, I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. I feel like I'm giving everything a 10 out of 10. It's not in here. This is my son Laurent Jhodpur, and it's the crop one, and it comes with the dust bag and all the bells and whistles. Oh, the dust bag is not here. All the stuffing is. Okay, well anyways, so this is the box that it comes in. It's super like, you know, like substantial. I was actually just wearing it if you follow my Instagram because I was wearing it with my leather pants, or my vegan leather pants. These shoes are the Saint Laurent Jhodpur in the men's size, and they are also the smallest size. This is the size 39 because I have apparently small feet in men's shoe sizes, which is really strange. I don't think my feet are that small. This is in the suede Cigarillo color. Oh, it fell on my... it's dirty. Okay, they don't sell these shoes anymore. They only sell the high top ones. I want those too, but these were totally a buy that I was not expecting to get. This shoe, if you just look at it, it's, oh gosh, why isn't it focusing? I know it's worn, it's quite worn. I've had it for maybe about 2 years, but I have worn it to bits. I've worn it with booty shorts, I've worn it with pants, with jeans, dressy, all that, and I think this is such a great shoe, and it surprised me because I don't normally go for like men's shoes except loafers, but I think that it's the thing that attracted me the most to the Jhodpurs and specifically the Saint Laurent is the silhouette of the shoe. Like, Saint Laurent just knows how to make a shoe that looks sexy. And I'm so sorry for the color change. It's like I'm using natural lighting, but then the windows open. I don't know. Whatever. But anyways, I think it's also the shoe itself. But yeah, so this one wasn't as expensive as the Louboutins. This was, I think, just like $1,000, and it's still a lot, but I have worn it so much. I've worn it, there's been like weeks where I wore it almost every day, and it's just so understated. Like it's not doing too much. It's just like, you just wear it, and you know, it doesn't have the red bottoms or anything or any bells and whistles, but it looks really good, and it makes your feet look really sexy. And the zhuzh factor, I think, suede, like any of these fun materials, yes, just get it. I think you should totally invest. Okay, I would definitely say, I think they're all really cute, but it just depends on your kind of taste. But this one was one of those shocker shoes that I'm like, I did not expect to love and enjoy as much as I did. And especially like compared to Louboutins, it is a little more affordable, and the wearability factor on these kinds of shoes are a lot higher compared to some of the, like, how dressy like loafers could be. So would I recommend this? Like I said, it's a 10 out of 10. In terms of the cost, like, I feel like it was a good investment. I definitely talked a lot about the Louboutins, but it's because, you know, it's just like, you have to talk about it, because these them red bottoms, these them bloody shoes. Okay, the last one, OMG. Okay, this one I just talked about recently, but these are my Gucci shoes that I picked up that are like way too big, but I wear insoles with them. Oh shit. They're literally in the, they're in, I'm just taking out one since it's too difficult. So these are the shoes. I'm gonna give you the rating first and then I'm gonna talk about it. Oh my god, this video is such a mess, but whatever. Am I cute yet? I wonder if you know who I'm imitating. Okay, so these shoes I picked up less than a year ago, like the end of December, and they are like I think a size too big, but they were on sale and they were like basically a third of the retail price. Cost per wear. Yes, the cost per wear on this I think is like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Like, I have worn this a lot. I've kind of taken a break from it because also where I work, I can't wear like sometimes I have to be wary about what I wear, or I'm gonna get jumped or something. But I wore this to bits, I think the first like 4 or 5 months I had it, and then interspersed I've worn it every so often. It is, the zhuzh factor I think is the highest piece on this. It is silver, it is gold, it is red, and then the other one has green. Like, it's a lot of colors, and we love colors. Like, if you've noticed, my collection is filled with colors. This shoe is so gorgeous, like, compared to the regular plain white Ace sneakers. Like what I said, if you've noticed, I have a lot of fun with my shoes. Like, my bags, like, there's colors. Oh, and I really don't like lighting, I'm so sorry. Ugh. But whatever. You can't go wrong when you just go all out and like say, F it, I'm gonna break the rules. And I wore this every day. I wore this all over Seattle and Portland. It was raining, and the shoes are fine. Like, yeah, it's like dirty on the bottom, but overall it still looks really good, and it's just like, it's a showstopper. It's the same with the way I feel about the Dandy Pick Picks, where it's not a regular shoe. It's like when you see it, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And definitely, yes, I do get, like with Gucci's, everybody and their moms knows Gucci, so like I get treated a certain type of way, but I think that I would definitely recommend, if you can find it in your size, but I would recommend getting it if it was on sale. This is what I'm gonna say about designer shoes. It would be great if they were all on sale, like half the price, maybe a quarter of the price off. Like, that's amazing. Like, that's really what I would say about getting designer shoes, because they are kind of obscenely overpriced. But if you really love it, if you think it's gonna add to your wardrobe and you're gonna use it, or it's gonna serve a purpose and that you see the cost of that validated, then that's fine. But for me, it's like, it would have been nice if I had gotten like my Dandy Picks and my Saint Laurent boots on sale, but I didn't. It's okay though. If it ever goes on sale again, I might pick up another pair of Saint Laurent. The Louboutins, maybe not. They're really expensive. But yeah, I would recommend getting designer shoes, but it just is on like a case-by-case basis, and if you can find a really good deal. But between the four, what would I recommend? I'm not even gonna lie. Originally when I was thinking of doing this video, I would have said the velvet loafers, but it just shocks me because I really love the Saint Laurent boots. I think it's just such a good overall carefree boot, even though it's suede, and it's just so chic, and it's just like, your foot looks sexy. Like, your foot is sexy. Like, feet and sexy, I don't know, that doesn't like register in my mind together. And so the silhouette that they've made is just like kind of amazing. And so I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of like all over the place, but I just wanted to show y'all just different shoes that you might be interested in that are a little more on the high-end designer pieces. But I think it's really up to y'all. You spend your money on what you want and you do what you want. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'll talk to you later. Bye, felicities.